Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and coming off the abject failure of 2 different loads, we're not on the range today, but we're going to take a look down the bore of the 350 Legend and see what's happening. So, while I get things set up, y'all sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. Alrighty, y'all. Hope everybody's having a great day. So, we just tested the 125 grain cast and powder coated and the 158 grain cast and powder coated, and both loads were abject failures. My chronograph was down, so I don't know how fast we were running, and that may be, personally, I think that's the issue. I think we were running too fast. But we're going to take a look down the bore and see if the bore is choking with lead. That'll let us know, 1, if the bullets are too soft, or 2, if the powder coat is failing. And we'll find out if there's powder coat in the rifling as well. So give me a minute to get things set up, and we'll bring you right back. We'll see how things look. Alrighty, y'all. So the last time we looked down the bore of this rifle was at about the 1,000 round mark, and we gave it a quick look and gave it a quick clean, and everything looked pretty good. So let me start recording here for the Borescope, and we are going to see what it looks like inside together. Whew, I'm almost scared, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. There's our chamber. Nothing looks different there. And I'm running the oversized bore mirrors. I'm running the 38 caliber mirror right now, so it's actually a fairly tight fit in the bore. That's what we saw last time. So our throat's looking good. Got a little bit of copper, a little bit of clean. There's a little bit of lead. That, to me, is saying we're overspeeding, and the powder coat is still doing its job for the most part, because we're not choked up with lead. We've got just a little bit of lead smear going. We'll keep going here all the way to the end of the bore and see what things are looking like. Got a little more lead there. Little more right there. Considering how fast I suspect those rounds were going, we're not doing too terrible bad. I think lead rounds will run fine out of the AR once I get the load and the speed dialed in. And it seems like mid-bore, now we got an interesting mix of lead and copper going there. I was actually halfway expecting to see the rifling choked with lead, and that I was going to have to take my Lewis lead remover and adapt it to a full-length rod to clean lead out. Okay. Very good. Alrighty, so y'all got to see down the bore with me at the same time. No secrets there, okay? There's a little bit of lead in there, not much. So I'm going to say our hardness is looking okay. I'm going to say the powder coat is doing its job. My loads are too hot, and that's why they're not shooting worth a flip. This bore has a 1 16 inch twist, which is basically what my revolver has. And both of these bullets are, one is one that I shoot out of my revolver, one is one that I shoot out of my 9mm. So they should, in theory, work. I just have to get the speed right. So give me a minute and we will talk about the loads and show you something else I'm working on. So on the left here is the 125 grain truncated 9mm, and these are my dummy rounds for setting up my dies. And we know that those didn't shoot so well. Pretty sure it's the speed. And these are the 158 grain. These are ones I shoot out of my revolver. The 125 grain truncated I shoot out of my 9mm. These I shoot out of my 38 revolver. And they shoot very well. And since the revolver and this rifle have basically the same twist rate of 1 16, in theory, these rounds should shoot good out of the rifle. And that's what the semi-wad looks like before it's been powder coated and sized. Since the testing began, I have also picked up a new mold and some new powder coat. I have a 200 grain 35 caliber set up for a gas check, but much like the 44 mag 240 grainer, I can run those without a gas check if I'm running it slow enough. If I get speed up too high, then I need the gas check. So we'll try it without the gas check first. And these are how they look powder coated in Eastwood Cadillac blue. Looking very nice. They're from the mold. They're thrown at 0.360 inches in diameter. Post powder coating, they are 0.363, and I'm sizing them back down to 0.357. And I have made my dummy round. And these dummy rounds have all been function checked in the rifle. So I know that they will cycle without sticking a bullet in the bore. We'll be trying those here in a little bit. Alrighty, so just for a quick refresh, because I have my note here from the 158 grain load. The 158 grain load, I started at 20 grains of Enforcer. 20 grains of Enforcer, I am pretty sure was still too fast. I can almost guarantee we're in excess of 1900 feet per second. I need to get my chronograph working again. I got to figure out why the front sensor isn't picking up. I have my old chronograph. I have the new chronograph. If I have to, I can move parts around. We'll figure that out. But we will get some more 158s loaded up and some more 125s loaded up. We're going to reduce the charges. The 200 grainer, well, I went to my starting loads for the 200 grain jacketed, the ones that were only running like 1400 feet per second with the jacketed bullet, and I started with that starting load. So we're going to see what happens there. It's when you're flying without any load data, it's an interesting experiment. You got to move slow and you got to take your time. And yes, I did push the envelope by continuing without a chronograph. Not a choice I should choose in the future. If my chronograph doesn't work on the first shot, I will probably stop from any further shooting until I have a chronograph that works. The last thing we want is for things to start disassociating violently. So with all of that being said, we've got more testing to do. We know the gun looks okay on the inside. We can continue our experimentation. While I'm at it, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for watching and commenting and liking. The more comments we get and the more likes we get, the more likely YouTube is to recommend these videos to other viewers. I haven't said it for a while. I'll say it again. If you've already subscribed, double check, make sure your subscription's still active and that you haven't been unsubscribed. I know several of the viewers have been unsubscribed without their knowledge. They have to go back in and resubscribe. I don't know if it's a YouTube thing or a computer thing, but it happens. And it seems to happen a lot to some of the gun tubers. If you haven't subscribed, well, I hope I've earned your subscription. And big thing is subscriptions are free. They don't cost you anything. The president of Rapid Reticle, he has given me a couple of scopes to test out. Those will be coming in some videos in the future. And when I'm done testing them, I'm going to be giving them away. So the only qualifier is going to be you have to be a subscriber. So if you haven't subscribed, no better time than now. Because when I get those videos up about the scopes that I've been given to test and give away, you want to be subscribed when the time comes to get an entry in. And quick reminder, Halfmilesniper merch. We've got the shirts. We've got the stainless steel cold tumblers, which I'm not drinking coffee today. It's another hot day. I got me some nice ice water going. Got some coffee mugs. Got some Halfmilesniper die cut stickers. It's all listed in a link below in the description. Nice cold water. Alrighty, y'all. So there you have it. We've seen what the inside looks like after, what was it, almost 40 rounds of cast bullets going way too fast. The bore doesn't look bad. Just a little bit of lead. We're going to dial back the charges and we're going to try again and keep pressing forward. Eventually, we'll either get a cast bullet to run and shoot worth a flip out of this gun, or we'll just go back to jacketed bullets and not worry about it. But the little Elmer Keith in me isn't going to let that rest. I've got to get a cast bullet running out of this gun. I'm sure others have done it. I'm not doing any research behind them. I'm doing my own thing here. Flying by the seat of my pants and all of those other good cliches. Eventually I may break down and take a look, but I think I can get something running by my lonesome. We'll try. If not, other than looking for published load data, I've not done any deeper research. So stick with me. We'll keep taking this ride as far as it can go. Soon I'll be going to New Mexico for a large pistol match. I hope to get some time on the 1100 yard range with the Buffalo. I don't know that I'll be able to take my 350 with me this time. I'll be taking my 308 and my 300 Blackout and my 5.56. We're going to possibly test that 5.56 scope out with the 1100 yard bullet compensating reticle. I just don't know that I can shoot 5.56 on the Buffalo, but we'll see how far we can stretch it out. So I'm going to check out. Got a lot of things to do before it's time to go to New Mexico. So in light of the recent Supreme Court decision verifying the right to self-defense outside the home, I hope each and every one of y'all are packing where you can. If you need to get a CCW license, hopefully your state shall issue. The 6 states that are still bucking the system, well, hopefully somebody will be able to make them adhere to the law. And some of these states think they're above the law. But carry where you can and be prepared. So until next time, y'all stay safe, keep shooting, and we'll catch you next time.
Send it. Hit.